Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for your participation during the class. Let us summarize all the important points of today's lesson. Today we started from page number 96, and it was section F, listening and speaking. So take a look that here we have an advertisement, youth club. We need you to join us, right? Our club is looking for 16 to 18 years old volunteers to help us organize weekend activities with three different groups of young people aged 16 to 6 to 9, 10 to 13, and 14 to 16. Right. So it's an advertisement about a youth club that they need. They're seeking for volunteers between 16 to 18 years, and what their job would be that they have to organize a different group of people, and those groups of people will be the youngest one from 6 to 9, and then 10 to 13, and 14 to 16 years old. So we also need a new name. So if you think that you have the skills to work with young people in a fun and engaging way, and can spare time at the weekend, so drop us an email. Here you can see, click this link now, because it's an online advertisement, right? It's not the brochure or not the billboard, so it's an online advertisement directly. That by clicking on this pop-up link, that you can directly fill the application, and they can call you for an interview. So previously, as you have seen in our last lesson, that we were listening two different interviews, one from Gupta and second from Bamboos. So it was, just give me a moment. So what was the difference between these two interviews? We found that Bamboos introduces himself politely. He gives some information about himself, right? And he was speaking absolutely clearly and accurately, and he answers the questions fully. And he was using the relaxed style as well. And his language was quite formal and polite. So if we compare Bamboos with the Gupta. So she was using an inappropriate language, right? And like you see that she used some slangs words like nop and yeah. So when you are in an interview, so you must need to use the formal language, right? Uh, the appropriate language, because that you are applying for a job, and an employer is trying to judge your personality. So if you're using such a casual language and inappropriate words, so it's going to have a negative impact on employers, right? So in the employer's eyes, that if you want uh, to show your personality in a positive way, so you must need to use appropriate language and proper formal language, especially in an interview, right? Okay, let's see. Here we have a few questions. After reading this advertisement, as we have practiced during the class, student A and B, student A was an interviewer and the B was interviewee. So both the students, Abdulaziz and Amir, you've done the great job. I really appreciate your efforts. It was fantastic mock interview that we have taken during today's class. And then I'll send you a track number 22. And if you guys are having the CD one, so you can listen by yourself. Here, what we are going to do in today's track, we were listening. There were six people talking about their interview experiences, right? And most of them, they were happy, and a few of them, they were confused during the interview. So let's see here how we are going to match the speakers with their statements. We can see speaker one, uh, and here you can see A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's six speakers, but the seven statement. So we are going to ignore one statement here. The rest of the statements we will match with the speakers. So just give me a moment now. Here you can see the speaker one. His statement was, I made plenty of mistakes for my first job interview. So the one is matching with D, right? Speaker two, his statement was, I don't recommend spending too much time on the internet preparing for a job interview because it can divert you towards another side. There's a huge the ocean of information on the internet, so just stay focused on a specific points, like we have already discussed. So don't need to divert your mind towards the irrelevant stuff. All right, so the B is matching with the C. Now speaker 2 is matching with C, this statement. And let's see the third option, the speaker 3. What he is talking about is experience for an interview. He said being the interviewer was something I did more recently. So there was a woman actually, when we were listening, she talked about her experience being an interviewer, right? And how that she keeps that time in her memory, that when she went for an interview as an interviewee, and she was so confused at that time. So now when she is an interviewer, so she is giving relaxation to the interviewees, right? And let's see, uh, speaker number 4 is matching with the G. They employed me, but I wasn't very happy. So although she gave a successful interview, but she was not very happy, right? Number 4 is matching with G. Number five. Number 5 is matching with F. F we have. I'm happy at that moment, but this is not the only job I ever have. So 5 is matching with F, and finally 6 is matching with B. So speaker 6 was talking about having a job interview is something that has never bothered me. So he was quite confident in all his interviews, and that's it for today. Uh, what I'll do, guys, today I'm going to send you the Kahoot quiz as well as the answers of your previous homeworks. Try to complete your task on time, and I'll get back to you in our next class, inshallah. Have a good weekend ahead. Enjoy yourself. Stay blessed.